Hello and welcome to the Aurora Connection. I'm your host today, Dan Ekblad. And today I am joined by Aurora Vocational Services Regional Director, Erik Olson. Erik, thanks for joining me today.
Happy to be here.
All right. Well, let's get right into this. I know we got a lot to kind of cover. So what does Aurora Vocational Services do?
So Aurora Vocational Services is primarily, it's in the name, we do a lot with the employment side of supports that are offered. We start typically, the program started back in 20 years ago, where we work with the DVR, Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, helping individuals find and secure employment, maintaining that employment as well. But in more recent years, we started to expand into the mental health field. I think started back in 2012 with the creation of the IPS program. We contract with different county agencies as well to provide some skill development types services and wellness as well.
So you mentioned IPS. So I know that today we kind of wanted to touch base on what is IPS?
Yeah, so IPS stands for Individual Placement and Support. It is an evidence-based practice for helping people with mental health diagnoses or substance use disorder. So we assist them in finding and securing employment through this evidence-based process that was developed by Dartmouth. The reason why that was created was around the time that they were developing the program, there was a survey done that found that about 65% of those with chronic and persistent mental health concerns want to work, but yet 12 to 16% were actually employed. So they said, well, why is that? We need to do something about that. So they developed this program. It functions on 8 principles that helps people find, secure, and maintain employment, slightly different than what you might see with like traditional DVR services. I will say that IPS is a tiered, multi-agency program. So it's not just Aurora, it's also the County Behavioral Health Programs and the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation partnering together to create this program.
Wow. So with this evidence-based practice, it's reviewed to ensure that you're following the program the way it was designed to function. I think, what do you have to do? What's entailed with that?
Yes. So once a year, the state actually, we have a state IPS team. They come and review our program, interviewing Aurora's supervisors, the employment specialists who are actually working with the individuals to find employment. They interview consumers who are receiving services to ensure that we're following the program, as well as county members, DVR counselors. They observe our reporting and go out in the field to make sure that we're doing our job search the correct way that it was laid out in the plan. So they come once a year. They grade us on a 125-point scale. And if we are outside of a certain range, then we're no longer an evidence-based practice. This last year, we had our program reviewed, and we received exemplary fidelity. So out of 125, we got 117, which is very good. Very hard to achieve exemplary fidelity, but we were able to do that this year.
Oh, that's awesome. So what programs and counties contract with the IPS programs through Aurora?
Yeah, so the programs that we work with, we're mainly in the western region of Wisconsin. There's other IPS programs throughout Wisconsin, but Aurora itself is the contracted agency for this western region. IPS works within the community support program, which again, behavioral health program through the county, and comprehensive community services. So CSP and CCS is the acronym. Those are, again, through behavioral health. We work with a lot of the counties in this area, Chippewa, Eau Claire, Dunn, Pierce, St. Croix, Polk, Burnett, Washburn. Those are the counties that we currently have IPS program with, and they are the ones that were reviewed are Washburn, Burnett, and Polk County, which received the exemplary fidelity this year.
Wow. That's a lot.
Get a map up here.
That seems like a lot of audits, I'm sure, that have been going on and stuff for you. So that's a lot of. So how does the IPS program help those individuals who want to work but are really kind of worried about losing their benefits, like SSI, SSDI, or even Medicaid?
Yeah, that's one of the number one questions that we have, or one of the main concerns that come up with people who are like, "Oh, I'd like to work, but what about this?" And that's actually one of the principles of the IPS program. So there's 8 principles that we function on, as I mentioned earlier. One of them, this is why it's so important. One of them is just about benefits, to make sure that that individual has all the information that they're going to need to make an informed decision. So we're going to actually give them a benefits analysis, which goes through basically your earning limits. So when it comes to Medicaid, it's really just a simple number of this is how much you can earn. There are always caveats, so we want to make sure you get that the correct information.
Right.
But then also work incentives. So like CSP and SSI and SSDI, they both have different work incentives, and our benefits analysis is going to be done by a trained benefits specialist who's going to be able to give all those work incentives, let you know exactly what that maximum number that you can work without losing those payments. And some people are like, I want to work off benefits, and that's totally fine too. You'll never be forced to do one thing or the other. We want to give you all the information that you can have and make an informed decision from there.
They're still getting their benefits. One nice thing is they're still getting their benefits, but there's always benefits to also working. So in general, what impact does working have on us?
Yeah, it's just one of the main things that I always think about whenever I meet a new person. One of the first things that gets asked of me is, "Well, what do you do?" And without somebody who's not working, really loses that sense of, well, what do I say to that? So it gives you kind of a sense of purpose, a sense of identity when you have a job that you're passionate about, something that you're going to be happy to go to. And that's another one of the principles of IPS is making sure that whatever job we're helping you get to, it's something that you actually want to do. Client choice is what the principle is called. So that's a big thing. It's having a place to go, a community to build, right? Your coworkers are sometimes some of your best friends. So having work, helps purpose, helps build community, helps give you structure in your daily life. And with that, there's just a ton of research that says people who are working generally are going to have fewer hospitalizations, fewer mental health flare-ups or concerns, and then also less substance use. It's definitely not a requirement to be, in a good state for mental health or to be not using substances. That's just a part of the process of, well, when you get a job, generally those things are going to improve. So there's no preconceived you have to be at this stage to be able to work. We're going to help you regardless of where you're at.
And I bet they're happier. I mean, I bet they have a different outlook on things. And in general, I know that from talking with, consumers that we've had that have done it, they seem very happy and they seem proud about working too.
Absolutely. There's definite pride when it comes with work, especially like I say when you're doing something that you love. Yeah, that's huge.
Well, really, honestly, thanks for joining me today. We kind of threw a lot of information into there, but a lot of great information. So if you you have someone that or you would like to have more information about these services, you can just go to our website at auroraservices.com/vocational, and you can go onto there and pick up more information and be able how to reach out to us and see if we can help you or maybe someone that you know. So, Erik, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah,
I appreciate
absolutely.
you taking the time to do this.
This was fun.
Well, thank you. Good. Well, I'll have you come back again. All right. Well, you have a great day, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And as always, strive to be your best. Have a great day.